This is round 3, which is Wihan van Wyk and Thomas van Heerden. Wihan on aggressive Naya burn, and another Mardu Pyromancer pilot, Thomas van Heerden. So we're going to see more of that. I think Tom's gone down to 6, and it looks like Wihan might have as well.
Just a quick one on the decks here. This Mardu Pyromancer is a bit different. This is more of the stock standard list, running 2 Blood Moons in the main, and also with the Manamorphose to make sure you can go through them. This is a little bit different to what we saw on Edward, with a bit more innovation there with the goblins involved, which is quite nice to see.
Yeah, I think
and a very standard burn list on Wihan.
Nothing too interesting there. Searing Blaze, Skullcrack, Lightning Helix, Lightning Bolt, Porous Charm, Eidolons. He is playing one copy of Bedlam.
I didn't see that before. That's quite
and he's teched in a Goblin Lavamancer as well. I mean, Grim Lavamancer.
Grim Lavamancer, yeah.
Goblin Lavamancer.
It's close enough, really.
Yeah, it's a good way to kill things through like a late Chalice of the Void or something.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I mean, it's both decks with oodles of removal. Naya Burn opting more for a creature-based damage plan, whereas Pyromancer also creatures, but incidental value.
Yeah.
Tom is playing the Rebel Masters, but they're in the side here, so he just opted for a more general main board.
And also having the Liliana the Last Hope main board here. It's also quite an interesting one.
Good choice. I mean, it'd probably do work against this deck.
Yeah, against Burn, I think it's going to work very nicely with his creature package that he currently has up.
Cool. So I think they both kept 6. And we should probably just explain to them that we're ready. Okay, so they're about to start. Thomas having a quick peek at his hand here. Tom goes Fetch, Shock, Inquisition. And we see Triple Goblin Guide, Guide, Searing Blaze, and it looks like a Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, it does look like a Lightning Bolt. I mean,
and Burn.
Oh, that's a tough one to really. I mean, you pull one Goblin Guide,
like
still
to
another
take
2.
a Goblin Guide.
I mean, he's going to get more and more burn as you go.
I don't want to take 8 by turn 2. Like if he draws a second land.
True, if he does, yeah, that's 8 turns. That's 10 damage in 2 turns.
Help.
So, I mean, at least take that 10 damage down to 6. Although if he doesn't get that extra land,
it's still fine.
It's still fine. That's 4 damage.
3 live cards in his hand. Please give land. Nope, it's a Skullcrack.
Okay, yeah, that's a bit.
Foothills into something red into Goblin Guide.
I think you would want to take
probably a Stomping Ground here.
You think you'd want to go for the green?
Wait,
think you'd rather go Sacred Foundry
green
for the white?
Is just the splash here,
yeah.
So it's probably the Foundry. Yep,
Foundry would be the best.
Did he just? Oh, for a second I thought he shuffled his hand back into his deck. That would have been disappointing. I wonder what he's going to play.
Surprise!
Shocking. I really didn't expect a Goblin Guide on turn 1. Not from the red deck.
Okay.
Okay.
Starts getting some information from the top of his deck as well. I mean, Pyromancer does kind of well here, actually, because bring out the Pyromancer, Faithless Looting, just block the whole volley that Wihan's going to throw at him with the...
Yeah, it looks like Tom needs a land, though. Which he still hasn't found.
Both of them stuck on lands.
Oh, doodles. That's not great.
Yeah, that's not great at all.
He needs to keep the Qualcomm. He's got another Faithless Looting. He's got a Pyromancer. He's got 2 Pyromancers. Down to 11.
A Manamorphose on the top. That's not what you want right now.
Help.
That's all you can hear. I mean, Come on,
Give us a land.
There has to be one. There we go.
you.
Okay.
Chuck the lingering souls and get rid of the Qualcomm.
Yeah, you don't need the Qualcomm right now.
Oh goodness. No, he's just not happy here.
Yeah, this is not
Thomas
good.
has
This is
3 turns at this stage.
At this stage,
He's gonna get pounded into the ground with 1 mana.
I mean, this is just where Variance knocks its door on your deck and just says, you're not going to have this one.
Take another 4. Flip the top card, shall we? Yay!
Nice land. Okay. Okay,
but it is 4 damage.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage coming through. I mean, oof.
Can he get out of this? He doesn't have a 1 mana spell. Brutality is good here. Brutality is kind of what he wants to see.
Yeah.
I think he fires off a Lingering Souls. Just for the...
He doesn't have white though. Oh, no, he has Metamorphose into white.
No, the Lingering Souls costs black in the graveyard.
Oh yes, sorry, it's currently in the graveyard. Yeah, that's fine, yeah.
But I think he's going to go drain, gain... Have a look at your hand.
Oh, all 3. All 3.
Take the bolt. Take the bolt.
Yeah, Lightning Helix, if he gets the land off the top, I mean, that is pretty good, but the bolt's
but he's got to take the bolt.
Yeah. Yeah, bolt's definitely the worst from there.
Wow. Collective Brutality. They say it's good against burn. So I'm going up to 9.
Going down to 6 though.
Was that a Rip Bolt? Yep.
Yep, that was bolt and upkeep. I mean, 6 is not where you want to see us off of burn. I mean,
still no lands.
Burn players count down in 3.
Flip the top card of your library, please. Thank you. It's a Blood Moon. That's not positive. Did we find any source of stability here?
I mean,
he's gonna flash back the souls. I think that's probably his bet here.
Yeah, there the souls come out. I mean, right now,
random land off the top would be fine for Wihan.
Yeah, Wihan just needs a land or a bolt. I mean, he's got another 3 bolts on deck, and he has a plethora of lands. And there you go. There you have it. There's a land off the top.
Oh, Searing Blaze, very good
Searing
here.
Blaze, very good here. Wow.
Puts Thomas to 1, and the Goblin guy clears up the other token. 4 damage. We go Crack Blaze, deal you 3, and that should probably be Thomas.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna bother even looking at the rest of this game. Tom on 1.
I mean, it's not much you can do. Like, I don't think there is anything you can do with him.
I think he just knows he's dead. Let me see all the ways in which he will kill me. Let's go to the next game.
There we go. Okay.
Oh, that was lightning fast.
Yeah, that's what Burn wants in their match, though. This is exactly what Burn wants.
To draw 1 land.
To draw and then and draw another one later.
Your opponent with Goblin Guide.
Yeah, but they want to end it out as soon as possible. I mean, Thomas only on 4 lands there. Not enough to bring it back.
He had 1 for the longest period of time.
Yeah.
I think if he could have gotten a Pyromancer down a bit earlier, or even just the Lingering Souls to kind of stem the bleeding for a bit.
Yeah, especially with Wihan also only drawing a 2nd land really late, would have been able to actually kill one of the Goblin Guides, elemental tokens and such. Okay, so sideboards.
Somewhere around here. Deck lists, yes, that's what we're looking for.
There we go. So, I mean,
Firewalk is pretty good here.
Firewalk is excellent here. Path to Exile, maybe. Relic definitely works. Rest in peace.
I like it.
Revelry is not going to do much. Palm is not going to do much. He's hitting with small things, not like one big thing. Unless he does get the Reveler out, but then he has removal for it anyways. So I think we're going to see core Firewalkers come out, and either 2 relics or 1 rest in peace, or 3. I don't you don't really want to put too much back into burn because you want to keep that. You already have so much redundancy in what you're doing, but you don't want to lessen that redundancy to a point where you can't just kill your opponent.
Yeah, totally.
On the Mardu side, though, I mean, I absolutely love that Hazoret there. I don't know about it in this matchup.
Yeah, I think a pounding hectic. I know it's a bit too slow here.
It's a bit too slow, but I absolutely love the spice of putting it in your sideboard there. But I think we're definitely going to see Collective Brutality come out, maybe even in Engineered Explosives.
Yeah, the explosives could be good here. I mean,
could be very good.
A ton of 1-drops. Lavamancers, Goblin Guide, 1 Lavamancers, 4 Guides, 4 Swift Spears.
Yeah.
And then you can just catch the Eidolon with some random piece of spot removal.
Yeah. I mean, Eidolons you might have to watch out for, because of course his deck is playing a lot of cards in a turn.
It isn't a large amount of creatures in the burn deck. It's only 14. I mean, that's basically, you could see it as a sort of tempo deck, which is what it is. You know, you're just trying to keep your opponent off blocking, punch through little bits of chip damage with your creatures, and then burn them out with the reach in your deck. So, 14 creatures does seem about right, but would it be worth putting Anger of the Gods in? I mean, you'll catch 2, possibly 3. If they get a creature-heavy start, then it's good.
Yeah. The reason I wouldn't think so is because you're already running 4 bolts, you're running 2 terminates, you have 2 fatal pushes. Colligan's Command is a extra catch-all for that, and you should be bringing in that extra brutality. So then you're going to be sitting on... How many brutalities are you going to be sitting on then?
3?
I think he'd be on 3.
I think he wants them, though. So it's probably the Thought Seizes that come out.
Yeah, on 3.
Inquisition, maybe cut 1 or 2 copies. So he's got plenty of space, really.
Yeah, he's got all the space in the world, and he needs to... I don't think he needs the width in his removal. He needs the spot.
Kambal is an interesting one. Probably better versus slower games, but on 3 mana, it blocks everything in the deck.
Yeah.
And it also eats a removal spell. It's got 3 toughness, so it takes a bolt, and it gains you 2 life and drains your opponent.
I think you would actually want to bring that in.
It's like a proactive collective brutality. Yeah. You put it down and it does the same job.
I mean, you could just go for a very light sideboard plan of taking out 3 Thoughtseize, 1 Brutality in, and 2 Kambal in. I think that would be a perfectly fine one. However, having something like... I mean, you don't even want your Surgical Extraction really here, because there's too much redundancy.
The Inquisitions are also not great.
Not great, yeah. I mean, they do turn on your token generation from your Pyromancer.
And they make your Reveler live a bit faster.
Yeah, so I mean, it does help. Becomes a bit of a 2-for-1 in a deck built in this way. But I would rather sideboard lightly. I wouldn't want to go all in.
Possibly Kambal goes in place of the Liliana. She doesn't really kill anything. She just
slows it down.
Stem the bleeding. And force them to spend some burn on it, because if she keeps ticking up, infinite zombies is not something you can beat, really.
Yeah. It could be one of those. I mean, it is just a one-off. I mean,
what are the Blood Moons doing here?
I think the Blood Moons work here. As much as burn is mostly just red face spell, you're just swinging at your opponent's life total.
So it's Boros Charm.
However, if you look, they're only running 2 basics.
Sure, but I mean, the only thing you switch... Oh, there's Helixes as well. So you're taking out... You're disabling 7 cards in the deck.
And sometimes those 7 cards are what they need to really bring it back. So, I mean, maybe cut 1 Blood Moon and just have it as well as just... If you draw it, it's great. In some situations, you draw it, it's not great.
And you've always got Faithless Looting to get rid of it.
Yeah, to pitch it. So, it's not the worst.
It looks like these guys are just about ready to start.
Yeah, they are.
Tom's got a Rabble Master. He's brought a Rabble Master.
Rabble Master in. Okay.
Thing is on the play.
Yeah, you do want to just be able to outrace burn in certain situations. And
it does leave you with the body, especially if your opponent's tapped out on the turn that you play it, which is entirely possible. Vian's taking a mulligan here.
I'd be very interested to see the rest of Thomas's hand right now to see if there is anything else he sideboarded in. I mean, if you look at it, what we were just discussing there, him bringing in the Collective Brutality and the Kambal, if you also brought in the 2 Rabble Masters, then he probably took out 2 Blood Moons and 4 Thought Seizes to do it, to allow for that space. I mean, this hand's looking pretty good. And there we go. Core Firewalker. It's lots of lands. Relic, Core Firewalker, yeah.
I do like the Firewalker here.
Yeah, I like what he's got there. He's got a lot of disruption. Not much activity for doing what his deck is meant to do.
Yeah.
And there we go. Inquisition from
Ideally,
start. There goes.
But that's the Firewalker gone, most likely.
So, is that a Searing Blaze Boros Charm? Can't tell off the back card.
It's two burn spells.
Yeah.
I'm not really certain which. But I think Tom's going to get rid of the Firewalker here because it's the most problematic thing in his hand.
Yeah.
It's recurring damage that is really hard to deal with. Blocks the tokens that Rebel Master produces. Yeah, there it goes.
Yeah. He's just taking a look, making sure.
This guy. He can brutality.
Yeah, he can brutality.
I don't think he wants it though.
I'd rather get rid of it early. Just don't give your opponent the options to play around.
Yeah.
There,
snap. Okay. Does he spend that right away? I think he does.
I think you get it out as soon as possible. Right now, Thomas's hand is unknown to Wihan. He needs to just put as much pressure as possible in as early as possible. He's seen what this deck can do. Or he at least knows what a deck like this can do.
Fetch. Mountain? Yeah, he's playing around the Blood Moon there.
Yeah.
No, he's not. I mean, why would you care? Mountain is a mountain. Although if Thomas is going to play a Blood Moon, then the Mountain is better because you take less damage.
Yeah. I think something Wihan could be quite happy seeing would be an Eidolon right now.
Very good to stick early and just punishes your opponent for playing too many things before killing it, really.
Yeah. Relic
decided to put a Relic down.
I mean,
it makes it harder to resolve a Bedlam Reveler.
I think he just wants that disruption early. I think the Riftbolt might have been a better line.
Only one mode, just the Duress.
Ooh, wow.
Riftbolt, Boros Charm, Searing Blaze, land. Wihan's hand is rapidly falling apart here.
I mean, I would have actually wanted to see him pitch one to escalate it for the
drain.
For the drain.
I feel like what does Thomas have in his hand? That's the thing that would
decide that one.
Yeah. Riftbolt takes the most efficient burn. Not in terms of time, but just mana investment.
Yeah.
And he's got a looting, he's got a land, he's got a pyromancer.
And an unknown behind there at the back. Which we're going to see now is...
Blaster, we know, but Rebel Master.
Oh, Rebel Master, yes. So I guess there wasn't really anything there he would want to pitch specifically. As much as the drain is great against burn, his start is not the fastest, and he's just slowed him down. I'm actually taking the shock. He's probably going to want a Boros Charm in his end step.
Ow, Thomas taking damage. Is it Rebel Master? Yes, it is. Searing Blaze only deals 1 here, but Wihan has drawn a bolt, so I think we're going to see a pre-combat lightning bolt. Yes.
Yeah.
Right there.
Can see Thomas getting that token and Wihan saying, just you don't need that token, don't worry.
Fine. Hey, Goblin Guide.
Okay, this is where he can kind of turn burn back on.
Flips.
Gets the
That is a Marsh Flats. Thomas going down to 16. Thomas is getting a little bit glutted on lands here. That's his the 5th land that he's seen so far. Still got 1 in his hand. Ooh, even more damage. Does he have any more removal in his hand? He's got the. He's probably just gonna cast the Faithless Looting here.
Yeah, he's gonna have to just dig a bit further to deal with
some
things.
Of those lands, yeah. Is it Pyromancer into Faithless Looting? No, because then the Searing Blaze will just deal with it.
He knows.
Maybe he wants to pull it out. Maybe that's his plan. So he's gonna go Pyromancer into Faithless Looting.
I think right now
the token.
Get as much value as you can because Thomas's deck is actually
not a goblin.
Not a goblin.
Elemental.
But as much as burn is very redundant, so is Thomas's deck. He has so much recursion.
Cabal.
Yeah, Cabal's an awesome card to see right now.
Chuck those 2 lands. That's right.
You're going to be drawing more of Goblin Guy, don't worry.
Exiles the land. Helix, Charm, and a Searing Blaze, but no lands to turn on the Searing Blaze. So I think he probably just maybe uses the Blaze to deal with the Pyromancer right now.
Sooner the better, really.
In the tank for a bit. I think he's just considering which removal spell, but the Pyromancer definitely does need to get off the table from Wihan's point of view.
Top of the library trigger.
Look, that's a Metamorphose.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pyromancer can definitely not live.
Yeah, that's not going to last very long.
Let's go to blocks.
I think he knows the Pyromancer is going to fall anyways.
If he passes the turn, that would definitely be a mistake.
Yeah, you need to Searing Blaze now. You don't want to let that last.
Oh, he's got till Thomas's draw step, really. But little point pretending you're doing anything else. Thomas has perfect information about his hand.
Yeah, all he knows he has left now is the Boros Charmer. We know that he has Lightning Helix.
Oh, right.
As well, which can do quite a bit.
I think Wihan has very little reason to wait. I can't think of a situation where it's good. Filter into black-white. Draw. There's an Inquisition. Let's use that right now.
Yeah, I think using that sooner than later. And he already...
Helix.
Oh, yeah, Helix falls.
There goes it.
And then...
Still got one floating. And there's Kambal. And that's
kind of... Yeah. That cements things a bit for Thomas. And...
Wihan needs a Lightning Bolt, a Lightning Helix, a Rift Bolt. It's a land. Goblin Guy dead in the water.
Yeah, Goblin Guy dead. Boros Charm can only target players.
Yeah, but it breaks even in terms of life difference here.
I mean, he could swing with Goblin Guide, okay? And then if Thomas blocks with Kambal, he can give it double strike from the charm.
But he knows about the charm.
Okay, yes, he's aware of the charm. A lot of people aren't aware of that mode, though.
Oh, sure.
As a...
I'd be very entertained to see that happen.
Because either he takes 2, or he blocks. So it's a bit of a... Yeah, there we go. He's just taking 2. I mean, you just want to push that damage through for now. You don't want to leave yourself dead in the water because a card is on the board.
I'd also be pretty shocked if Thomas didn't know about the modes on Boros Charm.
Yeah. And also, Monastery Swift Spear coming down. There we go. Thomas's deck going online right now. I quite like that, playing the Faceless Looting whilst it's the only card in hand. You draw 2, you pitch 2, but you can Faceless Looting again for 3. Bring it back. Okay, that's interesting. Swing with Kambal. He actually takes it. He doesn't have the mana for the Boros Charm. My mistake there.
Kambal's really good here.
Yeah, Kambal's fantastic here. I like what he did there with the Faceless Looting whilst he had no cards in hand from playing it.
Just flipped 2 cards
He just
over.
flipped it, but he also flipped another Faceless Looting. So he has 2 in his grave after the relic went out. Or the relic blew up.
Pretty good.
So he's able to reuse those quite nicely.
Yeah, he just used it to make a 1/1 essentially. That's what it said. Mull 2 cards, create a 1/1.
Which, I mean, in most situations is terrible, but over here it's pretty good.
I think it's fine. Oh, jeez. Wihan's not particularly happy with what's going on. He's got no non-creature spells to buff the Swift Spear. But if the burn deck stops attacking, I think he took 2 and actually mark that life total change down.
Okay, just passing. He doesn't want to do too much.
Oh goodness.
Yeah, as burn, you don't want to be passing without doing something on your turn.
He just didn't attack.
Especially because Thomas is just going to be able to bring things back. Like, there's so much his deck can do. Any card he does now is just pure advantage.
Sending a message, tapping the Sacred Foundry instead of the mountain. What message? I don't know. I mean, it came through a little garbled. Hey, that's good. He got a Reveler.
Yeah, you probably want to keep that Reveler.
Yeah, this is probably fine.
He doesn't really need a push. He's ahead now. He doesn't need to deal with the board that Wihan has.
Sure. So he's got instant and a sorcery in his graveyard. That's 2. I'm not really sure what the third card is. It's just, can I see it from the top? It's a lightning bolt.
Lightning bolt. So face losing lightning bolt, fatal push.
3 out of 6 for Reveler. So it's 8 in total. He's got 4, 5, 6, 7. He just needs to draw another land and he can play it. Or another looting. That's it. There we go. Crack and play. I mean, I didn't know we played 5 mana creatures. But I take a 5 mana 3/4 with prowess that draws 3 cards. So, yeah, that's actually fine.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. You don't want to miss out on that. And also, having 3 cards in hand allows him to recur those Faithless Lootings without worrying too much. He has one
Look,
more.
I'd play that card if it was printed that way. It's 5 mana, it's a 3/4, it's got prowess, and you draw 3 cards.
Yeah, it's still good, but it's better.
It just could be better. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, look at that.
Another Rebel Master. That's really
Didn't see
good.
anything else.
Yeah, also as Rebel Master Whip, that can close out the game. I mean, the game is already severely in his
It's either
favor.
a Lightning Bolt or Manamorphose?
Okay, there is a Manamorphose there.
I'm not sure what the other card is. Vian's found an Inspiring Vantage.
I think it's a looting.
And he's got another land. Yeah, I don't think he's inclined to cast spells into that Kambal ever for the rest of his life.
I mean, you're essentially making any burn spell say deal 1 damage. It's
And
a ping.
you lose off the exchange because you're losing life as well. So it
drains.
flips them
It
on the
doesn't-
head. Yeah, it's a 4-point life swing.
Yeah.
So when you
that's
cast it, you're losing a point's worth of life difference.
it's
In a racing
basically-
situation, it's
Yeah.
you know you
it's basically an Eidolon with an upside.
you can't cast spells into it.
Yeah.
Get a token. Where's your token? Oh no, he didn't get a
did he
token.
miss it? I think. I mean, at this point, I think he's.
Yeah, he's managed.
Oh wait. Okay, he did it with the brutality at least.
Is this game 1?
This is game 2. The
That's
first
game
game
2.
went to
Vian with
Vian.
1 land and goblin
many
guides,
goblin guides.
guiding him to victory.
Ah,
Oh, he did get the token. There we go.
yeah.
Charming. Haha. Ow, ow.
Okay, it's
Thomas is on 9. I think we might have missed.
yeah. We've missed a few.
some
lines.
damage. Vian also did crack a fetch land, so he's on 14, not 15. What a lot of tokens. What a lot of tokens. Oh, the goblin guy just left.
Yeah, that's from the brutality.
Bed Lamb Reveler coming in for lots.
Yeah, that's.
I would put the Swift Spear under the token generator at this point if I was to.
Yeah,
do
just
anything.
get rid of it. And you can't stop the Kambal at this point either.
Was that 5 from the Reveler?
I mean, at this point, I'm actually surprised that Vian hasn't scooped it. I don't know what he can really do at this point further.
Yeah, it's the difference between 9 and 11. Sure, take 6. Oh, he's also been drained for 2 from the collective brutality.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that.
You just get a confirmation on the life quickly.
I think we're on 69, but yeah, let's double check. Doesn't matter. Vian doesn't feel like playing Magic anymore. Let's reset that. So it's 1-1.
Yeah, so I mean...
Vian on the play here. Does he have anything different to do?
Yeah, here we go. Vian actually saying it, but
yeah,
like...
he would have loved the Eidolon.
He would have loved the Eidolon,
but you had a better one than I did.
Yeah.
Oh, Kambal is really good in this
matchup. Yeah, it's fantastic.
The Burnhoser.
Yeah,
I think like a removal spell for the guide. You cast a brutality, take something out of their hand, and drain them, and then you play Kambal. And
it comes with its own protection.
Yeah.
It's quite the card. I mean, I can see why it's not played too much, being 3 CMC, and white-black not being a very common color combination you'd see in a lot of the modern decks. But
it is a reasonable piece of tech here.
It's a very nice card, and I think it's actually there specifically for this matchup pretty much. Or, I mean, it works against Storm as well. Storm is actually quite nice against Storm.
Just means they have to...
They'd have to kill it.
No, they have to kill it first.
Before they can go off.
There's no way for them to storm off enough.
Yeah, no, because everything
each spell
they do...
you cast puts you down 2 points of life, but your grape shot, which is the payoff, is only 1 point of damage.
Yeah, so you're just gonna... You'll
probably just kill yourself first if you try and go off through it.
So I quite like... I mean, Kambal is a card. My eyes have been open to a new tech here. I think there's still more you could do with that card, actually.
Flavor text. I need to know what it is. I need to know what it is. What is Kambal's flavor text? Oh, he has friends in places both high and low, and they all seem to owe him favors.
Ooh.
That's very, very sneaky, very corrupt. Kambal's corrupt.
very, very Kambal. Yeah. The filthy tech.
Vian's got his deck and sideboard in 6 piles.
Yeah, he's really
6 piles of cards here.
Nice.
Thomas just seems to know what he wanted to do already.
Yeah, I think Vian...
So I think the big pile is the core of my deck. The slightly smaller one is things I want to put in, and then he's got like a maybe, and like maybe, and then he's got things I don't want, and then in his hand is like, I haven't really decided about these cards. I need to classify them. Okay, that one goes into the no pile.
Yeah, actually. Is he keeping his islands or is he taking them out?
I don't know what's going on.
I'm not sure. I hope he still has 15 in his side. Okay, there's the rest of his sideboard. So
he's taken out his own Bedlam Reveler. He's like, well, someone wore it better than me. So let's not embarrass ourselves.
Yeah. Now that's an interesting one. I mean, I think also just after having a match like that compared to your first one, it was a very polar opposite to what the first match was. It takes a bit of a toll on you. Like, mentally, you could see him start to stumble a bit in the end there. He didn't want to. He didn't know what he wanted to do. Like, that Boros charm he threw out was kind of a desperation charm.
A desperation charm.
You'd usually see in, like...
He didn't have a lot of options, though.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Being used to having, attack with this, attack with that.
Yeah.
Trigger prowess on this guy before I attack or wait for the block. Whereas now he's got so little to think about. He's kind of just, well, I can block this.
Yeah, I guess.
Die.
Yeah. And it puts that toll on you when you go into the sideboard. You think, okay, I need to change something. And sometimes you don't actually need to change something.
You just gotta hope your deck
performs
the way it's supposed to.
Yeah. And hope that
your opponent mulligans to 4 and gets mana screwed.
The things that us Magic players usually prey upon our opponents.
They're just discussing a game happening at the other table. I think one of the players in the room is playing green eggs, so I don't think it's just green anymore, but it's a Krarkland Ironworks combo with Talaria West. They were just considering slaughter games on one of the combo pieces.
Oh, jeez.
Which, A, you can't counter it, and B, you don't even need to know it's in their deck. You just need to name it. It's like a Lost Legacy that can't be counted.
Yeah. Well, actually, what's the upside between Lost Legacy and Slaughter Games?
Lost Legacy it's got a restriction on the type of card you can name.
Okay.
So you can't name artifacts.
Yeah.
Or creatures or something like that. Also, if you find the cards in their hand, Lost Legacy replaces them. So they'll draw to replace any cards you exiled from their hand.
Okay, so it's not as good, but it has 1 CMC less, I think. Yeah.
There's also Thought Hemorrhage, which is the same as Slaughter Games, except it can be counted. And if you find any copies of the card in their hand, they take 2 damage for each of them. And
then there's also Stain the Mind, I think.
Yeah,
there's another
which is
one.
5 mana. I think it's got Convoke.
Convoke,
and then there's Memoricide, which is 3 and a black, with no extra text. It's just name a card, name it on land, exile all of those from hand. All right, we're done. Wihan is whoopsie. Sorry about that. We got a bit carried away talking about another game. But Wihan's suspended a Rift Bolt here.
The age-old fantastic turn 1 play.
I don't need to burn you now, but you need to die at some point.
Yeah, let's just leave it for a turn. You're okay.
You'll die in the future.
Interesting time travel. Ooh, okay. That is a turn 1 he wants to see, but...
Tom's cracked a fetch land. Gone to 19. Oh, taking the Helices.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I think it's the Helix here.
Yeah, you want to get rid of the Helix. I mean, he's got the Inspiring Vantage, which is great right now, having that fast mana. But all he's going to be able to do is Boros Charm. I don't think he would want
Lava
to...
Spike. Tom needs to protect his creatures here, because that's the way he's going to win the game.
Yeah.
So if he can hopefully soak up enough damage from the Lava Spike effects in the deck.
Yeah, I mean, that's 2 target player and 1 any target. But he actually decides to go for the Boros Charm. I think the Helix would have been better there. I mean, as you were saying, protecting his creatures.
Yeah, maybe he's hoping Wihan just wants to be mana efficient, puts down the Inspiring Vantage and, burns him for 3 right off the bat. But if he draws a Bolt, which he just did, now he's going to go suspend Bolt, play the Lava Spike. Oh,
Eidolon.
It's not a Bolt, it's an Eidolon.
That
was a Rift Bolt.
That changes things quite nicely for him.
But there's a Lightning Bolt in Thomas's hand. Is he going to take the shock from this? Okay, 19.
He took 3 from the Rift Bolt as well. Let's see what he decides to...
I love the tension that Eidolon puts on a game.
Yeah.
Because you can just let your opponent play into it, but then they'll just attack you with it.
Yeah.
And even if it just hits once and there's no interaction, it's done an amazing job for 2 mana. Look at it's happening right now.
Yeah.
He's just gonna go swing with Eidolon, pass, and let's party.
I mean, you don't really.
I feel like he can do that. No, I think he just drew a Bolt. Oh, there's a Swift Spear.
There's Swift Spear. Swift Spear, Eidolon, that is 3 damage coming off the top. If Thomas reacts to it, he can let the Eidolon fall and then play a burn spell.
Yeah, okay. So it's okay, he's not doing anything. I would really just attack with the Eidolon. Let's just start going, okay, I have an Eidolon, you have nothing. No!
Okay, there we go, it takes damage.
We forgot the fetch on the first. Yeah, see, that's
Terminates.
I think that's what Thomas was waiting for here.
Yeah. He also takes 2. So how much is Thomas taking? He's taking 3 from the Rift Bolt, 2 from cracking.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he's on 13, and then he's going to take another 1 from the Eidolon, so he goes to 12.
Yeah.
I mean, from the Swift Spear, not the Eidolon. Oopsie.
Ooh, and he actually took the shock as well.
Tom's found a Brutality, which is good here. I would do all the modes. Kill Drain. No. Okay, he's waiting.
Okay, he's waiting.
I suppose he has enough information about Wihan's hand. Another Helix.
So he's sitting on 2 Helixes and a Lava Spike.
Not great.
I mean...
Spike.
Prowess.
No! Absolutely not.
Not ideal for Wihan at all.
Okay, well, Tom takes 3.
Yeah. He's got a lot of cards in hand, so he's able to do some work. Having the collective brutality available gives him that drain to keep himself alive, because being on 9 is not where you want to be against burn.
Yeah, but Vian's more likely to, like, you know, just try and unload 3 quick burn spells now to finish Thomas off. Whereas if Tom has the brutality, there we go.
Drain duress, that is
-2.
Okay, in response, please lightning helix.
He's got 2 helixes, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's gonna have to. There's no point in not using it.
11 and 13, we've got that correct. And one of the helixes goes. Does he play the helix now? Yeah, okay, it happens.
Yeah, it brings out. He just wants to even out the playing field a bit. At the same time, keeping that helix for a creature that comes down could have worked, but I think he just needs to play the burn game right now. He needs to hope to draw his bolts. This is where redundancy really shines in his deck.
He's still got to play 3 burn spells.
Yeah.
Oh
no! This is where you really hope that he kept that.
My helix?
Oh,
he's got a goblin guy which does nothing, and a fetch land. And he's just gonna pass the turn. I might have just played the goblin guide just to use my
just
mana.
get it out. He definitely. I mean, in this case, hindsight is 20/20, but having that lightning helix would have saved him
really good here,
quite a bit.
$14, correct. Oh, that is. Yeah, this card it's really quite the hoser.
Yeah, and him drawing it in both games. It's fantastic.
He's playing 2 copies on the side.
2 copies, yes. Pulling 2 in.
I think there's a bit of a discrepancy with the life totals here. But we've got them on 14 to 8. Okay, that's perfect. Manamorphose for black-red.
There we go.
Get a Lingering Souls. Thomas 3 cards in hand, Vian on 1. It's a Goblin Guide in land. He's found a Lava Spike, which does nothing. In fact, it only hurts him.
Yeah, completely. This is a tough one. I mean, essentially right now, from needing 3 bolts,
look,
he needs 8 bolts.
Yeah, but he'll die first.
He'll die before even getting that.
He's going to take 16 points of damage from that, off the 8 bolts.
Oh my word.
Yeah, Thomas has got like the iron grip on this one.
Yeah, having...
Up on cards, incredibly powerful creature in this matchup on the board. Kambal is legendary, to say the least. And I'm not talking about the super type.
Yeah.
Vian down to 10 points of life.
Drawing another land, and it's...
this is... I think he feels like this is slipping away. I mean, technically his Lava Spikes and Bolts still make 3 points of life disappear, except 2 is on his side and 1 is on Thomas's. So I'm just not inclined to play them.
What he's looking for right now is a way to clear Kambal and bring it back.
Like a Bolt or a Helix. Helix would be ideal. Helix would have been fantastic, what he wanted here.
But Thomas having like
4 puts him down to 6. Lingering Souls.
Back again.
I think Tom might have taken a point of damage from a fetch land there. I did miss what happened.
Looks like we have a sleeve break on that.
No, he didn't. Oh, wow.
I mean, at this point, would you say it's correct for Burn to crack your lands just to thin out your deck? As little as it is, how incremental that tiny bit of percentage that it changes, do you think that is the right play? Seeing as your ways out are quite limited. There we go.
So, Thomas commented that if Vian had Hidetsugu's second right, which deals 10 damage to target player that's on 10 life. Could have played some random non-creature spell, given Thomas the extra 2 points of life, targeted one of his creatures and then played second right to kill him.
In a perfect world with perfect magic.
And really bad cards like second right. But that's 2-1 to Thomas. Obviously that mulligan really hurting him in the first game. But pulling it back nicely there. Oh dear, he's got a split sleeve.
Yeah, he has split sleeve over there on his Lingering Souls. He's going to have to sort that out ASAP.
That's a Ultra Pro Eclipse. I mean, Ultra Pro Eclipse. How do you break those? I thought they were indestructible, according to the professor.
Ooh, and there we go.
Yeah, pathetic. That was game 3. I don't know what much Wihan could have done against the Kambal there. Thomas was very lucky to draw it games 3 and 4.
I think Kambal coming out and him not holding onto that Lightning Helix is what undid it from then. Even though he drew lands, there was no way we would know that would be happening going forward. If he got rid of... at the end of the day, him using that Lightning Helix there made no difference if he used it later. He had mana up. He could have saved it for when he had, let's just say, Lightning Helix, Lightning Bolt to do it in one turn.
It would have allowed him to play the Goblin Guide on the turn that he played it.
Yes, and it would have actually been able to make a difference because he would only have 2 Souls tokens out. So I think as much as Burn needs to race, need to go fast, need to take the opponent's life total down.
He was definitely on the back foot there and probably should have tried to use it for board control rather than reach, which he was in no position to burn his opponent out anyway. I mean, he needed 4 burn spells from that point.
Yeah.
And, this deck only draws 1 card a turn.
Yeah. No, there's no more extra draw for Burn.
Yeah. He even took his Bedlam Reveler out.
Yeah.
So, it was not going to happen. So that game, that's game 3, match number 3. Thomas up. And I believe we'll see him in the finals.
3-0 at the moment.
Wihan dropping down probably somewhere around 4th place at the moment, perhaps 3rd. We'll see you guys for the next game.